lit up and somebody's in there. But it's saying at the top of the screen, Debbie, talking. What does that mean? Oh, it says go to talk?
There's a pen.
Yeah, I think it's on the legal push stop.
And then we'll
push stop.
yeah. Okay. How are you doing? I saw Blanche the other day. Veterans breakfast. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. I didn't know she was a veteran.
Do you think Heather's coming?
She said she was. I talked to her last night, yeah.
She's here Monday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for the church.
And I'm not sure about Eileen.
I was there today.
No, because it's dark.
Asked her friend
Yes,
of
Yeah.
I figured she wouldn't because of the dark.
mine. I wasn't there today.
Did you hear anything on,
No, just that she broke her tibia and she's in a wheelchair and she's at her son's. I don't know anything more. I don't think it's good.
that's a lot.
I don't think it's good. Do we have a quorum?
Yeah. So do you want to call a meeting to order?
All right, we're going to begin our meeting. And I understand we have a quorum. So our old business is to accept the Treasure Chest Committee meeting minutes of August 15th, 2024. And do we want to take a few minutes to review
Yes.
this?
Mine here?
You can sit, yeah, either one.
Is someone,
She wants to be away from
You can come over here.
I want to sit near
in
Jean.
the chair.
Yeah, I still have, I still have a cold or whatever it is. Just so, I'll try not to breathe on you. Don't touch anything.
What do you say?
I've had a cold for a while.
Oh, well.
It's almost gone.
I'm not going to kiss
I know.
Did you check for COVID?
I didn't have any tests and I wasn't buying any.
Yeah, the government, like,
No, I just saw that. You can get them now. Yeah.
had them out.
But they're expiring in January.
Yeah, I saw they expired soon, so they were trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've
okay.
probably been in the warehouse for about 2 years. Yeah, probably.
Oops. It was July 1st? Wow.
No, this was the August 15th meeting.
Okay, except it's minutes of July 1st.
Yeah, that's the first thing we did on August.
Oh. Why does it say it twice?
The new volunteers have been great, by the way. I don't know who was responsible for them.
Wonderful. Everyone read the minutes, or let me know when you have finished reading the minutes from August 14th. August 15th. Everyone finished the guidelines?
Not the guidelines.
I mean, the
Minutes.
minutes
Yeah.
of August 15th? Okay.
Yeah.
I think then we're ready to move on with.
Can I make a motion to
Sure.
accept them?
Yes,
I'll make the motion. And
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, they're accepted.
second item,
Is to accept the, yeah.
approval of new volunteers. And the only new volunteer we have is Susan Baker. And so for the record, we have to say that we approve of her
Yes.
appointment.
Okay.
All approve?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye. And I don't think we have to take a vote.
There was somebody else that I have only seen a couple of times though, and I don't, she's in the morning
An
also.
older woman?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've only seen her a couple of times too.
I don't know who she is.
Do you know who she,
I don't think it's Susan, no. The blonde one, Susan, right?
Susan's?
Susan.
Yeah, that's
And
the
there's
blonde.
another woman
But
who's
there is
been there
another
for
one.
quite a while. She's been there since the summer.
Dolores.
Is it Dolores?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It
Yeah,
is.
we
Yeah.
never,
We
yeah.
know, yeah, that was before, we knew we had to approve them.
Oh,
So she
okay.
snuck
Okay,
in.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Because I've
came
only
in-
met
she-
her twice, so.
She came in the old way.
So-
Okay.
Okay, so. new
I
bus-
said to her, I don't recognize you, and then a couple of weeks ago, she was, I don't know who you are. It's funny.
Well, that's why we have our lanyards. Okay.
They don't have our names on them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
A little frosting.
Yeah, new business, setup of the site needs, the committee's involvement.
Does anyone want to speak on this?
Where are we?
A new business,
Okay.
setup of site needs committee involvement.
What does that mean?
So it's a reaction to some changes that were made by volunteers during their shifts, and no one on the committee knew that they were making the changes.
And most people didn't think it was a good idea.
And the reaction was,
Yeah.
it wasn't really practical. So the committee changed it back to the way it was. And I think this is just an item that says, this is our role, and we should stick to
Discuss
it.
Yeah.
So it needs to come to the committee before we make any big changes? Is that-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the committee needs to be aware and have some discussion it doesn't have to be done at a meeting, but among ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
And taking recommendations too from volunteers.
Yes.
If we have suggestions out there, we're certainly open to their ideas. So, does anyone else want to speak on that item?
No, it seems to make sense, especially if other people who work the site didn't like the changes and didn't feel they were efficient, so I do think it's, needs to be addressed before it's done,
Yeah.
someone to bring their suggestions, makes sense to me.
We don't want any trouble with anybody either, we want peace.
Yeah.
It's good to not have to hurt someone's feelings and change it back and.
Right,
you know.
Right.
We've done that a few
Because that wasn't good, yeah.
Yeah.
So the next item is emergency closing, and so I included a set of the guidelines, just to remind
Yeah,
you
okay.
that, and I highlighted what happens for an emergency closure. The chair makes the call. And it's usually a result of people on site realizing the danger of keeping the place open, and then the procedure of calling everyone that it would impact.
Mhm.
But it's not something that we check with everyone to see if they have an opinion on.
No, but it wouldn't hurt to get input, just,
Before the call is made, or?
yeah.
Yeah, Jean had brought that up, we were talking about it in general, that, like sometimes, like, we all want to go, and then somebody will say, no, we're closing, and
And you have to accept
I'll
it.
be ready and dressed to go, and then I'll get a call, we're not opening today. I'm not saying in a snowstorm or a heat thing, but another time that
Well, I think
we
that-
all think we're going to go.
I think you're referring to the very bad rainstorm we had.
No.
No.
Oh.
In the summer, a
No.
couple times.
Did we
yeah.
not have heat one time we had to
Oh,
close?
like a year ago, we had a
A
closed
couple
road.
of times with the
Yeah.
heat
Yeah.
thing. But there were people that wanted to work in spite of that.
In
Right.
spite of the heat?
Yeah,
Because
No,
we're
wait.
outside, I mean, it wasn't cold for us, so.
I know.
So it has to be, someone has to make the call and the rest of us have to respect it.
Well, can it be that the committee, that we can talk about it on closing? Or is that something you feel like it's just a lot easier for someone to?
Well,
I think it would be impossible to try, like, let's say it's a Saturday morning, the weather's inclement or something. I think to have the responsibility to try to get everyone on the committee, I think that would be impossible. You might be able to try a couple
No,
of
it's-
times.
Not everybody, just
Yeah.
any input. Just any input at all. That's all. Check with one person if you can and say, I think we should close it. You know, what do you think? That's all.
but what,
Just one other person.
and it usually, I mean, there usually is at least one other person
Okay.
on the committee that
Oh, that knows
is
about it.
witnessing the severity of the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna really run into problems trying to get somebody else. I think the chair, I do. I think the chair is the one that needs to make that decision,
And follow
and if
through.
you had wanted to go to work, oh well. I mean, I just think it will be hard to try to.
The other thing is, I think if you feel it's possible that it would be closed, maybe give the chair a call and give your opinion. But I think for the chair to have to try to get people is a lot of pressure, because the decision has to be made, especially if the clock's ticking, because you don't want people waiting outside the gate, which isn't fair either.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'll need to talk about, I know sometimes people have put it on Facebook, and I don't know if it goes, I mean, how do people know that? Just the sign that's put up? What I'm saying is, how do we communicate that? The earlier we'd know we're gonna close, the better, so the word would get out, you wouldn't load up your car or your truck
Yeah.
with a lot
I've
of
shown up
things.
twice that I had, not with you, Ellie, but twice there, that I didn't get the call yet or anything, because we used to do it differently. We used to, like, at the last minute, actually, we hardly closed at all unless it was a
I know.
snowstorm. Heat was never an issue, like, there's very few times, this is like I said before, that we ever closed
we
unless
gotta
it
look-
was an emergency.
We've got to look forward. How we
No,
get-
what I'm saying is, it worked out that we all went. If there was
And it was
something
open.
really bad, then it was a whole thing, but otherwise, if it was a little, too
Well,
much heat.
let's hope it doesn't happen often, but I
Yeah.
think
We
it
have a
needs
new
to be.
furnace.
Yeah.
Last
Oh,
year
yeah,
we
yeah.
he kept trying to patch the old one to make it keep going.
Yeah.
All right, so
Finally
let's
got
just
it.
keep it
And
the
we
way it
haven't
is.
had major snowstorms,
No,
so I
no.
hope
We
it's
haven't
not gonna
really.
be a major issue.
Right.
But I think if you're getting
It's
ready.
just probably a lot easier.
I think if somebody, I mean, I'm not gonna be chairperson after today, but if someone's getting ready to go and you look and you think the weather's iffy, I mean, it would be fine. I wouldn't mind getting a call with someone asking me or input or what did I think. As long as it's not 5 of 10 or whatever, because I think we have to be
Well,
cognizant of
exactly.
the time.
I
that's
mean,
all.
we've
'Cause I
had
know if
people
I
come
were a
from
resident,
Worcester.
I would not be happy to
Yes.
load up my things and, not know if I.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Mela
time.
came from Worcester that time,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
The next item is taking upholstered furniture, and this is just a comment I got from a volunteer that we have to be more consistent about saying no to upholstered furniture. This volunteer has seen items come in and stay too long, so if we can stick to that.
So would that be like foot springs and stuff like that we should take?
Right, yeah.
Because I know we take those.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there, because I'm outside. We take anything that is really decent. If it's ripped, scratched, worn, hairy, we don't take it. But if it's something, because I was saying to Tom, he wasn't sure what the rules were, and there was some beautiful chairs come in, and he goes, no. I'm like, those are gorgeous.
2 sets of chairs like
Yes.
that came in and they went right away.
Yes,
too.
like
They were
as
beautiful.
fast, so
So
I
you
think that the
can't-
outside, we need to make a shot on it. If we know, if it's damaged at all, we're not
No,
gonna
you're
take
not
it. But
gonna
if it's
take it.
beautiful, and you know that you would use it, I always say to people, would you use it? And if they would, then that's something.
I would agree.
So we want to say, we'll take
to
under the
decent,
condition.
really
Right.
good stuff,
Yeah.
like,
Christine.
yes.
Okay.
Because like I
Do you
said,
have any concern about bed bugs?
we've never had an
No.
issue yet.
And they're outside in the cold
Well, that's
in
true.
winter, for sure.
But I know that's why a lot of places don't take a
No, I
box
know.
for
Right.
furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Habitat and a lot of, secondhand people do
But
it.
I think that's a risk you take. I mean, you could have that happen, if you
With
go to
clothing.
Habitat or clothing or a
Yeah,
lot of
with
things.
anything.
Rugs.
Yes.
Rugs, yeah. So we'll say good condition is
Excellent.
Yeah.
Next item is a reconsideration of the motion to exempt volunteer from gate duty, and a proposed language change. And the guidelines do say that volunteers, that the leaders will assign volunteers to sit at the gate. With committee approval, some volunteers will be exempt from gate duties. So the language is in our guidelines, but I think the motion that's referred to that on August 15th, it came from from top down. We said no, we said a volunteer could be exempt, where we should have asked the volunteer if she wanted to be exempt.
Clearly, yeah.
So we want to,
That was, yeah,
The what?
that was the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
went
Well,
the
the
wrong way.
volunteer, I think, needs to put it in writing to the committee to be exempt, don't you? I
yeah,
thought that's what we decided.
But that's fine, but this person didn't want to be exempt.
I
Yeah.
know, but it was all backwards the way that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for
And their
that.
I
name
think we're
came up
saying
and
going
it could have
forward-
been better, yeah, without
Yeah.
using a name
right.
to begin with.
No, and I
yeah.
think we want it better.
Well,
Yeah.
so the person themselves should say, I need to be exempt.
Oh, I would
Right.
think so.
Oh, yeah. They need to
I can't
ask.
imagine exempting someone.
It just depends on why they,
Yeah, yeah.
somebody may have just had major surgery and they want to be exempt
Well,
for
I
a little
was
while.
with, I had heart stuff last year and I was, it's like,
So exemption needs to come from the
From the individual.
individual.
Yes, a request.
Okay. Assignment of committee member to chair for the next 3 months. As you see in the minutes from our last meeting, the chair position will be held by each of us for 3-month increments.
Mhm.
And Rini has carried the first 3,
Yep.
so would anyone like to volunteer to do the next 3?
I'm gonna be in Florida for at least a month, hopefully, in January. Or more.
This is a really bad 3 months for me. But I can help.
Well,
But-
we're all,
And I can't, I'm in school all day, so I can't make phone calls and I can't, unless it's like at 4 o'clock, come in and check the board.
Mhm.
So those are my limitations. 'Cause
You'd
it's
rather put
pretty-
it off till
What,
later.
Really, did you have to make a lot of calls during the day, or did you have
Oh,
to do
no,
anything?
no, I didn't have phone calls. What I did is I went and checked the board, and then I saw something.
That's what I was gonna ask, because I wasn't here when
The
you guys
whiteboard.
did the 3 months.
I
Oh,
would
don't
go,
know
I
what-
would go in on Thursday,
Oh, on Thursday.
or whenever, and update the board for that coming weekend.
Oh, okay.
That was my major
was it?
duty that I
Okay.
did, yeah. And then I called Link about boxes one time, and he told me that you can call the gate to have the boxes, that I didn't need to call.
Yeah.
So
You know,
that was
to-
when
to
you were
call
away,
him.
right? And I had to, because I didn't know who else to call.
Oh, yeah, no, I was home, but I mean, I didn't know who else to call too, so I called him. No,
So who's the
I wasn't
gate?
away. No, he said we can call is it
The
the
Scale
Scale
House.
House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll do it,
Cody,
but,
yeah.
you know, since I was new, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was fine with it. He was
Yeah.
very gracious and
Okay.
said he'd take care of it. But I learned after that, we tried the Scale House first. And I know the boxes were taken
Yeah, they
away.
were.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was fine. So it wasn't, real demanding.
So you're going to have to do this duty one of these, between now and June.
My question is, do you feel like doing more than that? And
No.
is it- No, you're done,
No,
okay,
I'm done.
okay. I'm just curious, because I wasn't here when the decision was made about the 3 months thing. I wasn't here for that
No, I
meeting,
think if
so.
it keeps rotating, but I feel like I had my turn, and if it
Yeah,
rotates
yeah.
again,
But
do
we
it
probably
again.
should find somebody that really, really wants to do it, instead of everyone going,
Well, I don't think
We haven't
I don't
found
know
We
who
haven't
anybody
that
found
yet.
someone
person
yet,
is.
okay,
We have.
all right.
This is it.
No, but I'm just saying, I got, the other girl
You'd
that
rather
passed
put-
away. No, I'm just saying, I'm sure we could try to find someone that,
but you're going to have to do this sometime between now
Oh,
and June.
I agree.
And
It's just
you'd
I
rather-
wasn't here when this
Okay.
decision was
And
made.
you're going to
so-
have to do it sometime between now and June. Would
Correct.
you rather
Yeah.
do it now or later?
Later.
And Debbie, now or later?
Well, everyone's saying later. I mean,
Yeah,
You'll do December,
You're it.
January, February, November, December,
won't have
January.
anybody.
yes.
Tag,
Okay.
you're it.
Debbie will do,
If you get into a jam, you can call me.
Okay.
Yeah, because you never
Yeah,
need
we could always do
anything
it together.
early. It doesn't depend on the time of day, even to.
Well, I've been opening,
6
I've
months.
been opening up on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, yeah, well, so
Okay.
you know.
So
Yeah.
at the end of
Yeah.
That
January,
way we
someone
can
else
just-
has to do it.
I think that's a
Okay.
great idea.
yeah.
I do too.
And if you get stuck, I can do it, I just can't do it all the time.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone has a key, so whoever's volunteering, I mean, it shouldn't have, what I'm saying is, it doesn't seem that you should have the pressure that you have to open every Saturday and Sunday, Mary. Don't other people
Well, no,
have the key who go?
The
to-
twins were opening up, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
left.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, it's not,
And I don't mind doing it, you know, because I go and help clean up.
No, but I meant that, is it, couldn't that rotate, all I'm saying? Because that's, if you're busy, or if that's pressure on you to have
That
the same
Saturday and
person.
Sunday work fine, because I get up at 5.
Because, but I mean, people have keys, so somebody else should be able to open up. But I'm saying that could be rotated, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm not open.
no,
No?
not opening on a weekend. That should stay the same throughout the year.
If she wants to do it, did you,
I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just,
But I mean, is that something
Not the
people
chair.
volunteer for, or?
That's a, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just part of the people that are there in the morning. In the afternoon, we close up.
we
Somebody
close.
You
else.
lock the
close
door,
it up.
lock it up.
So that has
So
nothing to
whoever
do with
works
the
in the
chair.
morning.
No, so
Rotation.
who's somebody on the morning shift?
Yes,
We
can
have to
do
know
that.
who it is who
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because
Can
we
open
close, you know, either Jean or
And-
myself and Keith
and-
close.
Yeah, we all,
No, if you're
Close.
fine with how it works, then
yeah,
it's
it
fine.
works.
You have somebody on Saturdays, right? Or no?
In the
Norma,
morning.
In the morning?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
yeah. And Norma opens though,
Well, she said is she going to keep coming?
I wonder.
Uh-oh.
She told me she didn't think she was going to keep coming.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
That's why I started doing it
So you're doing Saturday and Sunday?
in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Who else
Cindy's
is it?
gonna be coming back in the morning,
Yes,
so, and I think it's this Sunday,
this Sunday is her first Sunday back.
so
Yeah.
And she has a key.
She does.
Oh, yeah.
she could open.
Yeah. And she and I are going to alternate leading.
Yeah, she does
as
every other.
shift leaders
Mm.
um,
Okay.
throughout the winter until the twins come back. Okay, so, and Deb, I'll work with you these next 3 months to
Okay.
pull off the chair role.
She's already doing the bags and the,
I hate the textiles.
and you're doing the
What do you-
textiles.
What do you do with the textiles?
I bring them over to the Salvation Army bin,
Oh, you do.
but it's heavy.
Yeah.
And you have to get them into that little tiny space, and I just hate it. That's it.
Can we put them in smaller bags?
When do you do that?
I was gonna
In the
make
morning,
that
afternoon?
suggestion.
Sometimes she does it on
Actually, I have to
Tuesday.
do that.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
just- I'll-
We-
if
we
they're
kinda
too heavy,
store
I
them
take
in the
out and
bathroom.
put another
Right,
bag.
they're in the
Do they
bathroom,
have other
textiles.
bags?
Okay, I didn't know if you did them, because I was gonna say, I wouldn't mind helping on the weekends, but I'm not, I can't come on Tuesday, I have an appointment.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I
She's-
try to go in, if I can, after the Saturday shift and clean out the
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, if you want, like on the
thought
weekends, I
that,
can help.
Janet was gonna do that. She,
She helped while I was away, yeah,
oh,
yeah. But I can,
If we could do that on the weekends,
what?
the textile stuff, or, you know, I've got the guys, I've got myself on Sunday, so you wouldn't have to do that,
There's
you know, it could be
there's
the last,
lifting. Yeah,
could be the last thing on Sunday that we
Mm,
do,
we
so
could
you don't
fit-
have to do it. The textiles,
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
Tom there and
I
Keith there.
stopped doing it on Sunday because I go on Tuesday, so I just do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to if we could
Right.
do it.
If you do it on Sunday,
Well,
it wouldn't be there
I
for
had-
Tuesday.
Because I got the guys, you know what I mean, I got Keith, I've got Tom, I've got myself, that could be one of our things, so you don't have to do it on Tuesdays. You know, just an idea,
Yeah, good idea.
because like I said, there's three of us, and I don't want you to have to struggle, you know, it's
and
like
I
when
think
I've got.
Eileen is willing to do that too.
Is she?
Yeah, if we can direct her, you know. if
Yeah.
She'll
No, but I'm saying, so like
Well,
on Sundays, you could,
So the next agenda item is to get an additional donation bin, and Ellie had brought that up before.
Mhm.
And I think we should ask for a Salvation Army bin, because then the textiles can go right in there.
We have a Salvation Army bin.
No, we don't,
have
not anymore,
Red
honey.
Cross.
Oh, we have Red Cross.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And you can't
my
put
bad.
them in there.
No, right.
Oh, so if we had a
So if we
Salvation
get the
Army
bin
bin,
up
we could put
there.
them
They
right
could
in.
just go right
Yeah.
in. And the other thing is,
That'd be a good idea.
whenever I sit down with my computer, I was planning to make a sign, because I don't think people know what textiles are. And that, well, I mean, people know what textiles are, but
No,
I mean,
exactly, okay.
because when I came back, when I was off for 2 weeks, there were so many, and half of them were clothes, and those can go in the Red Cross bin. So
Oh,
not only did I take them, I had to sort them, and
Mhm.
we should also, people should know, it's anything other than clothing and shoes.
Okay, okay. Why don't we post it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I was
Like,
planning to make a sign, I just haven't yet.
okay.
because, you know, like I said, but Sundays, you can say to us, can you guys do that? You know,
Okay.
that would be so
Be a
much
good
easier.
routine to get
And there's
into.
a couple
Go get the bin.
volunteers that come in the morning that I'd like to see go put to work. I know they're pretty full, if you ask them to throw stuff away, but, you know, that would be a good thing for them to be
Yeah,
doing.
but I'm thinking at the end on Sunday, because then we've gotten everything together, unless there's extra stuff, like you said, that needs, yeah, just work with us and get it done. Because you shouldn't have to struggle with that.
And so I'll let Link know that the committee would like a donation bin,
That would be good.
Yeah,
okay?
That'd be-
Next,
just remind us, Debbie, to do.
You mean a
request
donation bill for the Salvation Army?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on site, yeah.
Yeah.
since we got rid of that other trailer, there's room.
Request for next summer's sticker sellers.
What does that mean?
So next summer, when they start selling stickers, somehow make it loud and clear that a treasure chest sticker is available.
You know, when they're selling the
The
dump
big
I'll
stickers?
ask
stickers
them
and
to do
Yes,
it.
yes. Because it's terrible
Well,
that
who's
all.
gonna ask them to do it?
So when they sell, are we saying when they sell beach stickers
Yes,
and whatever,
should
they'll
say-
have treasure chest stickers right there too?
Yes.
They always do, but
They don't say
seem
anything.
to promote
Say
us. Yeah,
Which is not, and then, you all know, I don't have to say.
yeah. So the committee feels strongly about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
And you all know that if anybody rents a car on a regular basis, they don't get a sticker for their windshield. The town gives them a special card with the sticker on it, and I guess they can.
That
put
shouldn't
any-
be, if they lease a car, they can put a sticker on it.
That's what the town's doing, though.
So if
So the-
somebody has a rental car, they have to go to
They
They-
probably go to,
the selectman's office or where?
I don't know where they get it, but
Wherever they
I
would buy
know.
their sticker.
I know
That just
Link's
means we have to
office-
stop them and read the sticker and go read their license plate and make sure it matches.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Also, Link told me that we shouldn't be that strict.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He
About
said
what?
about stickers.
Who told you that?
Link did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there was an incident with me.
Yeah.
The gentleman had last year's sticker, and he got very angry because he said, that's what they sold him, that's this year's, and he got very angry. And then he complained to Link or whatever. So I talked to Link, and he said, he looked it up, and the gentleman had bought that sticker this year.
He
He
had one
gave
old
him
They
the
gave him-
wrong
Wrong
They
color.
gave him
sticker.
the wrong one.
So no wonder he was upset. So he was going right over to get a new one, but they gave him the wrong one. So Link said, you don't even have to be that strict. If they can prove they live in Harwich, that's fine. I said, okay,
So while you were away,
we're being strict.
2 vans came and parked next door, and a whole crew of people walked through the parking lot and met up with somebody that had a sticker, and loaded the vehicle up twice.
Oh my God.
And so, how strict does he want us to be?
Yeah.
I think reasonable. I think.
But I was gonna say that, and that doesn't happen all the time. So-
Well, there were about 6 people each day.
Yeah, I
What?
can probably
But
call
we
them.
started telling them nobody's allowed to walk in.
No,
And then the fellow was bringing them in his car,
Oh, jeez.
so.
Well, if they're in his car, then they're okay.
What are we gonna
Right.
do?
There's
Yeah.
nothing
But they
really you
parked
can
their
do
car
about
No, I
somewhere
it.
know.
else and then
So
got in
I'm
his and
just-
came.
My point is, are you gonna be
They
strict?
parked their car here
Oh,
got
and
in
then got
his.
in his car?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes, do it where we don't see them.
I know it, do it somewhere else.
Well,
We'll give you lessons in how to.
That was good, Deb.
Don't let us
Go
see it.
away somewhere.
As long as they're taking stuff.
I mean, it happens sometimes,
Yeah,
but not
true.
all the time, so
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I used to be a lot stricter, but I'm being more reasonable if someone's, you know, if
Yeah.
they're, I've seen them a million times
got a
and they
good
said, my
story.
truck really broke and I really know them, it's like,
Or the windshield's being replaced.
yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
I feel like, you
My
know,
husband just died and he keeps all the paper.
Oh,
Yeah, or you have a car repair and you know, you can't.
we could write a book.
We
Yeah.
could.
those are all
Next
the
item is
reasons.
request to thank DPW. Heather made this
Yeah.
suggestion. Would you like to follow through with it, with the card?
I just
I can, I know they're very good about when I text our gratitude to them.
Yeah, whatever. I just think that I really appreciate all their help because they come whenever we call them, like with lighting and everything. I just thought, do you think it would be better if we all signed a card instead of just, I don't know, I just thought, and then
Yeah.
there's that.
Sure, why don't you bring a card to,
And then all
on the
sign
weekend
it,
and leave it out and we can all sign it?
and then we'll do it for
Yeah.
Christmas or something. I
a
don't know.
nice
I just
idea.
thought it was a,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
a good idea.
You know what's that tall man? Daniel. He helps and he's
I don't know him.
yeah.
Wish you could, yeah.
You know, I waited for him.
I think either way, to have it sign it, if people sign it this weekend's great, or
Yeah.
and you could sign it, somebody could sign it, the volunteers and the treasure chest committee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
yeah,
I just thought it would. I really appreciate
Nice
them.
idea.
Nice idea, yeah.
yeah, okay, let's do it.
I actually wanted to get a coffee for everybody, but it's okay. It's like,
This was a good idea. Jean, you brought this up. Suggestion for or was it Mary?
It wasn't me.
It was Mary. For a pre-opening check-in each Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So
what
just,
does that mean?
What do you mean?
so is it just before 9 o'clock, just before, to
Anything
gather
changed,
the-
anything. watch
the
out.
volunteers and say,
Just who's in charge even for new volunteers. I'm in charge for the morning. Just something that we all get together and just say,
Oh,
good
okay.
morning, I'm gonna take
I
you in,
gotcha.
blah, blah, blah.
Should we do it at noon too?
Yeah, I know.
as far as I'm lost.
Letting everybody know what's going on.
like you'd have
Just
a
everybody
a
getting
pre-
together for 2 minutes at the beginning of a shift. They do it at the family pantry, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, we all, it's on the whiteboard, so I'm not sure. I'm
But a
kind of
lot
a
of
little
the
lost.
new people don't even know people's names.
That's
Huh?
true.
Like, a lot of the volunteers don't know people's names even. And so it'd just be a nice way, just,
Yeah.
Okay.
just first thing in the morning
Yeah.
or first thing before
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah, it's
when
like a
shift
nursing
finishes.
thing. What's going on?
Yeah,
I should
I
know
mean-
this, but do people have name tags with their first name on them?
No.
No.
And we wish,
But do we have something that says volunteer?
we have
We do.
lanyards, yeah.
I used it sometimes, but
Yeah.
when it was hot this summer, I
Was
put it on
annoying
and
on
off.
your
They still look pretty new.
But I was gonna say, so that is tough for a new volunteer to learn names, you know what I mean?
Yes, it
Because you
is.
don't have the name on it, yeah.
That was a
So I
good
guess
idea,
that,
Mary.
that idea of saying hi and even, I don't wanna be funny, where it just says volunteer on the card, unless you all know each other really well, but if you have someone new, I think it's nice to give them a refresher of the names,
Yeah,
so, you know,
I
they'll
don't know, I've been there
catch it.
10 years, don't know everybody yet. No, I'm only kidding. I'm kidding. It's-
But good use of the whiteboard to point out who's on,
Yeah.
who's leading.
Who's on first?
Um, compiling.
I know that you
posting,
hugged me one day and I thought that was so nice. You're like, hi, and I'm like, it does make you feel
Ah.
welcome.
This was your item, Jean. So
the,
somehow posting the basic duties of a volunteer.
right.
And it has to, has to be like a handwritten sign. And what would be on it? If we can just brainstorm for a few minutes.
I think I'm fairly new, so 2 years this winter, but some people have been there forever. And I can just say that sometimes at that front area, it's really frustrating because volunteers are like all over the place, but I'm standing there and I'm sorting stuff and I'm hanging it up and I'm having to go and put it away too.
Mhm.
Because we have a personal shopper,
Yep,
we have somebody else that doesn't really know where anything goes. It just gets frustrating to be there. So I had talked to Jean, and I think the idea was, and then the other thing is that I feel like, because people will come over to me with clothes, and I'll be like, why the heck can you hang that up yourself? I mean, I'm not behind that desk just to do clothing. We're supposed to be going through the stuff, and what's happening most of the time is that, depending on how fast we are, I mean, I think I'm fairly fast, and when Jean and I are both there, we're getting that stuff right out. The other thing that I'll just bring up that just came to me is that I think that the old feeling was that everything had to get out. So things got tossed anywhere, and when we go in on Tuesdays,
Oh my
the
God.
place is a mess. I mean, stuff is everywhere. So that's an aside.
Things that shouldn't be on the toy table are on the toy
Yeah.
table.
Those
So-
are your people that are bringing stuff out, you know.
But so
Right.
what's
Well,
happening
yeah.
is
Okay.
that, so Jean and I are supposed to be the indoor leaders in the afternoon on Sundays. So what's happening is that the volunteers are just going in the back and taking stuff out of there
And they shouldn't be.
and
This-
ignoring
And,
us.
and we've got all this stuff on the counter waiting for them to put out.
They're taking them out of the
And they go
boxes
in
in
there.
the kitchen.
Can't take-
Can't someone ask them? Just, hey, would you please hang that up? Or
Well,
would you-
I
We
have-
do, but they
I
just,
did
They
the
need
other
some more
day,
help.
because I'm not very aggressive, and I did say, could you come over and take this stuff so that I can keep sorting? And the person was happy to do it, but I think if
I don't
we
think they all
just-
know the rules, right?
Yeah, I think if we all
How
knew
it
what the
works, not-
expectation was.
Not so much rules, but how it
Routine,
functions.
yeah.
Right,
And also.
because that's the way it always was.
Yeah, yeah. Even
see.
with us, we didn't know, like, from the past, when I brought things in, we've always done that from, like, and
Right.
that was something new for both of us, you know?
Well, I was just gonna say, so I asked Heather, I don't know, I said something about bringing the stuff in from the kitchen, because I really don't feel that that needs to be done. In my opinion, when.
We can go get it.
Yeah, see, but that would be
I'm
new.
easily overwhelmed. And when there's like 5 different big bags of stuff, I don't want them. I want to go through the bag, and then I will go and get the next bag. So, I mean, I think that's just
Yeah.
also an idea of trying to move. I feel like I'm being rushed, but I know that wasn't your intent, but
Yeah, because that's the way, like, my job, from my description, I unload the car and I bring it into the kitchen, and then I bring it into you guys if you
No.
don't have much.
But I think we need to just have you bring it into the kitchen,
Kitchen,
because
yeah.
if
Okay.
Jean and I are both there,
We can go get it.
we're going
Okay.
back there and bringing stuff in. And then we also, like, sometimes I need a break from clothes, so I'll bring in a box. of
Okay, so
stuff.
that's good to
Yeah,
know for you
that's
guys,
true.
because I think when you're saying this, I'm thinking the reason that was happening before is because Norma and Bev and different people couldn't go lift the things in Rosie, so we would bring it into them. Now that you're
Ah,
saying this, would be
yeah.
my guess that that's where it came from,
Yeah.
was we brought it into them because they weren't lifting,
Yeah,
or
Okay,
whatever, you know, so.
yeah, that
Okay,
makes
so
sense.
we'll work up a
Yeah,
list of, procedure.
Yeah,
What
if you
the
want-
priorities are, I think, the priority is to get the stuff off the table that we're using, it's not a table, but whatever it is.
Yeah, your counter.
That's the priority, and to get the hang-up stuff out, and then it just like everybody is doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, if we had some suggestions on what the volunteers should be doing. And then my other suggestion was, I mean, we go in on Tuesdays, I'm giving up my time. I'm a volunteer, and I choose to do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I think if it's slow, then I don't think the volunteers should be hanging around shooting the breeze. I think that's when you could maybe start folding some stuff, or go clean out the frames, or
Yeah.
or do stuff so
Yes.
that when we go in on Tuesdays, I mean, we were there, I was there 2.5 hours this past Tuesday,
Yeah.
and that's okay, but
there was a
And
lot
if
to
the
if
do.
we're not
distribution
busy,
of labor,
I
yeah.
think some of that stuff could be done, or you could fold the sheets, or just do something to make the place look good, and I think,
Is it possible the beginning of the shifts to say hi, and if you have someone new to, get to know names, and talk about the duties.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
We do that.
Just review how helpful that would be to everybody who does different sections or different roles, and because then I think it's much clearer.
I think a
And
lot
even
of,
about
You have
don't
a-
bring the bag.
She has a shadow.
But I
If
think-
a person comes in, we go through all the different positions with them. You know what I mean? So we tell them this is what.
But
you know,
obviously, it's
Okay.
not
but I
happening.
think it would be helpful if it
Consistently.
was in writing.
Yeah.
There you
because
go, I think so.
If
Well,
I
that's what
say
I
it to
think too.
somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they just like,
think I'm just being a bitch if
Right.
I say, I want you to go do this.
Yeah.
Or
That's
I-
not
and the
fair.
reason why we want everything in the kitchen and not to go on the table, there are two reasons. One is because we want to make sure there's not something sharp in there.
Right.
Glass and knives and rats, and we want to make sure, we don't want to put it right on the table. And then the other reason is because if people unloading cars take some of it and put it on the table and take some of it and put it in the kitchen, the customers know what they think is you're putting the crap out and you're putting the stuff
Gives
of
a mixed
yourself
message.
inside.
Yes.
So put it all inside.
I've said
It
this
may,
over and
you
over.
may be able to turn around and put it right back out, but into the kitchen first.
Right, it's a
Always.
consistent procedure.
Always.
I battle with the guys to.
I know, they have to
You
stop
know me,
doing
I'm
it.
like, stop you guys, do not put it out, because that's exactly what will
What
happen.
they think.
They'll have not broken, but they'll have like a flower pot or something else.
Yeah.
And they'll put this out in there and stuff, and then they'll bring the other stuff.
So
But I'm
can
like,
I,
you have
um,
to be consistent for the people.
Can I write something up on Tuesday?
Yes.
And we'll fine tune it?
Yep.
And try to get it up on the wall by
That sounds like
Tuesday?
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do that. Okay.
Just so that they know, it's wonderful to have volunteers, and we're all volunteers. It's great to have them, but you still have to have rules. Yeah, so that things function
And what
properly.
the expectations are.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to be a volunteer,
It's not to come in and see what you can get, it's to
Get things out to the
reduce the
public.
recycling.
Yeah.
and it's not to be a personal shopper, and we need to stop that personal shopper.
Stop.
Okay, the next item is just a
Seriously,
reminder,
stop.
we only have about 10
Yep.
minutes left, we can stay here. That
No.
winter hours will be beginning at the end of December?
Oh, I thought they started the end of November. You mean?
No, it's January, February, March.
Really?
I saw the sign.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
They'll put the
It's
sign,
January, February, March.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the
Okay.
winter hours, and we'll put the sign up, and that'll change the shift from
Yep.
10 to 12:30. Afternoon shift will be 12:30 to 3.
So
Okay.
10 to 12:30 and 12:30 to 3.
Yep.
okay.
We all seem to come in a little earlier anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't
No,
really
but
matter as long as we're helping.
it's,
And we need to make sure that everybody knows that we're going to be a little bit more lenient with the stickers, because I get reprimanded periodically about somebody getting to the other side without their sticker.
I have a question.
So maybe when
Can
you,
we,
when you
see
meet
if
at
we
the beginning of
can
a
cover
shift,
these
to
last
maybe
few
everybody
items,
talk
and then
about
we
that.
can have an open session.
Okay.
Okay? I will continue to do the whiteboard with Deb,
Yeah.
and we'll get it set up so that the regular volunteers are listed for each shift, and then when they're not going to be there, next to it in red, we'll note that they're going to be out that day. So that with a quick glance, you can see what kind of a staff you have for that. Is it okay if I erase Nancy and Mela? Are they permanent for the winter? Do you know?
No, they're gonna come down, right?
They're gonna be coming down.
So I'll have them on
Yeah.
every weekend, both shifts, and we'll just note when they're not there?
Yeah, I mean, Nancy is just up to her health.
Yeah.
is all it
Yeah.
And Mella
is.
wants to come too.
Yeah.
Mella wants to
I
come in.
wouldn't
his-
erase people unless you have to, because I know when I got erased, I felt bad. It's like- Came in and I was kind of like gone off the whiteboard, and I was like, okay. Put my name back on.
But you had never said, you had never indicated that you weren't going to be there those days, so we didn't, it was always, is Heather coming?
Oh, that's right.
That's
for
what I was
quite a
saying,
while
Yeah,
when you
it would
yeah.
be good if, when.
I know, it's not a problem, it's just
I
like I
think-
said when I came.
I think the calendar system works great, where you
Yeah,
write
it does,
down
it
and
does.
Whether you're gonna be there or not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Could I just bring up one thing while we're talking about different stuff? What is the thought about the gate versus being inside? I personally feel it's important to be at the gate,
Yep.
Does the committee feel it's
but
important?
that's what I'm wondering,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody feel that's important, or if, I know if we don't have enough staff, you can't
You
make
can't.
somebody be out there for 2 hours.
Right.
So we don't do it then,
Mhm.
but,
My feeling is that the center part of the day is the most crucial.
Yeah.
That's
The
right. At the
beginning
end of
and
the
the
day, I
end are a
don't-
little bit,
Yeah.
Okay.
more flexible.
Yep.
But the center part is really when they need to see that we're checking on them.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
because
okay with
what-
that?
I missed what you said, because you kind of said it low, but about the stickers.
Oh, because sometimes people just don't have their sticker, but they are Harwich residents.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody has passed away and he took care of the
Oh,
stickers.
Okay,
And
oh, I
so
thought
there's-
we were clear on
There should
that.
be, well,
Okay.
no, but there's some of the staff are pretty strict about the stickers when the cars get to the other side to unload. That's all. So that's why I think we have this
Oh, on the
little
other
catch-up
side.
in the morning.
You want to be consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because they said, oh, well, she let me out the other day, and
Yeah.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
I know, so it's just,
But
And
let
that's
me
upsetting.
tell you, I tell people that don't have a sticker, they can't come in, and then when I'm done, I go in and they're in there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
well, I've actually
So
had a
they-
couple people,
they slip, they
I watch
slip.
them go out the other side.
They go out, yeah.
They're pretty agreeable about it.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people are.
It's much easier running now than it used to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we've
people are
come a
happy
long
to be
way.
compliant, I
Yeah.
think.
Are you interested in having an appreciation gathering to invite the volunteers? I offer my house again in December to say thank you, or should we let it go another
I
year?
feel like not that many people go.
No.
What did you, I didn't know what her turnout was, because I think I was
You haven't
aware.
been able
so-
to
I was
come.
aware, yeah.
Yeah.
Last year, the turnout I thought was pretty
was
low.
Yeah, well,
The year before, I thought it had been better.
a little bit better, yeah.
It's
So-
probably because of that, yeah.
I don't think, I don't
You know, I don't know, but a lot goes on at Christmas time, and people are busy.
Yeah.
And I think that it might be nice, even maybe the beginning of February, to have something. Everybody's,
Yeah.
many
From-
people have a lot to do
Good
right
idea.
now. And I think with the dead of winter, when it's quieter, it might be really
We
nice.
could do a Valentine's.
Yeah.
Something at a time. Appreciation.
Yeah,
Because I think we cram everything into the holidays, and I think it would be
Yeah.
That's
nice
probably
not
why.
to have it.
Yeah.
let's do it in February.
Oh, that's right, I had a family, yeah.
Yep, you
Um,
did.
And we have 5 minutes or so, that I want to, I emailed all of you something from Town Hall about the annual report. And I just wanted to tell you that every year we have to submit, a write-up for the annual report about our function in the town. And they're offering, the select board is offering for the chair to come in and read it to the committee, or not. 'Cause if you read it, if you go home and read that email more thoroughly, you can see it's a choice.
Do we have last year's?
I have last year's, I went looking for,
Did you want to do it?
I'm not gonna be the chair, so,
Oh, okay.
if
You're like,
if Deb
then you have a
wants to go
choice,
in
you
and
don't
read
have to
it,
then.
you don't have to do it. But I will be submitting, a write-up for this year's.
Okay.
The only thing I think it would help is if we could, if I was there, if one of us was there, we could say things like, we really need, we're running well, but we really need our stickers to be more promoted.
so why can't you kind of do it, because you're helping her? You
I
know,
could,
like,
I could, yeah.
I mean, she does so well with them, that's why I'm,
But if it's overdoing it,
I think whatever you do, the town loves to hear. That's from my experience with the play,
in
things
writing,
I've done.
in writing or on TV?
With you, on personal, by you being there. Do you think
You
so?
could be the face of the treasure chest.
There
I
you
could,
go.
yeah,
There you go.
But
Good one.
until June, and then I'm gone, but,
I know I looked at it, so do you want to do that together for this year?
want to do it?
Yeah.
All right,
There you go.
I will,
Yay.
good, okay.
All right.
Um,
Supper.
I have one last thing when you're done.
And
I
then,
got nothing.
my last thing was Eric.
Yes,
You all heard
Eric.
that Eric is gone, but hopefully George Forrester is going to join us.
I'd like
I
to
don't know
write
who
a
that
note
is,
to,
though.
oh, we did with that, but there.
Yeah, you wrote that, but I don't know who that is.
He's he's a Saturday morning guy.
I know, but he doesn't stay till noon.
Right, so you lose up,
I
He
met
doesn't
him.
stay till noon?
He does,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've
He's
never met
gone,
him.
yeah. He's
You've
gone by
never
the
met
time
him?
we get there.
Nope,
okay.
I don't know who he is.
You would
George,
like
I
him,
do.
he's good.
He's very
And
nice.
he'll be a new volunteer, or would he
No,
be a
He's got
board
one
member?
big foot.
He's a volunteer
Here.
that would also like to
Be on the
join
board.
Yeah.
Super.
I'm gonna
Okay.
see.
Go ahead, do it.
Heather, you wanted to say?
Yes. Now, in the summer, if, I feel like if someone is doing 2 shifts, what I'm finding, if they're there and I'm getting people to sign up, they might not want to do a second shift, and I don't have anyone to do that shift. So I feel like if you're there for the whole day, you may have to take that second shift.
I
Because,
should've
like I
put
said,
that.
it could be, one of the girls or something will say, I've already done it, but the thing
Oh, to
is
go out
I'm,
twice, yeah.
but,
You mean going up to the gate?
To the gate
yeah,
she's talking about.
yeah.
I thought we had decided they only had to do once.
But what if we're in the summer and it's 1 o'clock and,
nobody
everyone's
to go
done their
for.
shift and no one's like, too late. And I'm like, we have to do it, Just a thought. I just feel like if they had the privilege, and I call it a privilege, of being there all day, then they may have to do another shift.
I don't know.
Yeah, but what's gonna happen?
I
Because it
don't think
happened all
it's a
summer.
privilege to be there all day.
I think it is.
I
For
think
some
it is.
people that
Be
get
on the
the,
call list for the,
Pardon?
I'm always happy to be on the call list for the gate,
To the gate.
because that's something I can do.
well, that's good to know, but I'm just saying, I just feel like, well, you can say
I don't think it's a
whatever,
privilege to be there all
but-
day.
Well, I like it, I
You
wish
can
I
be
could
there all day
longer.
then.
I can, but I haven't been able to.
I can't.
I
I mean,
know
I don't want
We only have
to.
3 minutes left, and I just want to give a plug. We were going to, there was someone, and I wrote it up, to advertise on Facebook that we'd need more volunteers. So I think somehow we need to say we need more volunteers, and maybe if we present to the selectmen, to say
Oh,
that
right.
we also would benefit from some more volunteers.
Yeah.
All right, Debbie,
But
you and I
the
will do
gal
that.
who said she'd do it, I can't remember her name right now, but I wrote it up, I
Cindy.
sent an
It was
email,
Cindy.
Cindy, and then
Cindy.
she never did it, and then she wanted it to come directly from Ellie, so I don't know.
Oh, she didn't put it on Facebook?
No, never.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Well, I could put it on there,
Would you on the
Yeah.
Harwich?
That's great.
Did you Harwich?
Oh, no, I
sites?
don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you can't do
Oh, okay.
Any
okay.
ideas for a next meeting? It doesn't have to be in December,
February, before your get together.
before you
well,
get
January,
together.
to plan for February.
November, December,
Shall we pick a,
what, in January?
and also, what do you guys feel about meeting at 4 instead of 5?
Yeah, with
I
the
think
dark.
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it should be 4:45 because we think the building closes
Oh,
at 4.
that's
We
good.
want to make sure we're in.
Okay.
We got to be in if they lock the door at 4 though. So even if some of us come.
And is Thursday still a good day?
Well, Jean's.
No, don't worry about me.
Thursday's still good?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so we pick January 16th or 23rd?
Not the
23rd.
16th, I got a doctor's
So
appointment in
that's
Worcester.
January.
January 23rd.
You okay?
And can we say at 3:45?
Yep.
Really?
Well, just because if they lock the door at 4, I want to make sure we're in. You know what I mean? If we got there at 4:01, I don't want the door locked.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Just waving.
Okay, Deb, can you push stop recording?
So, is that a possibility if we're in the summertime and